Hello and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities Tarot. My name's Rochelle and I am doing a reading for Taurus in all placements. It's timeless in general, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Um, I am just kind of free-forming this a little bit. Um, Looking at the most important message the universe would like you to know at this time. And I don't know. We'll just kind of see how this goes. I am going to pick a couple of angel cards. This one. Gratitude. And there's Lioness Kitty Cat and Jules. Hello, good morning. I'm glad you both are here. Ooh, responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility. All right. Well, I don't think I need my glasses for this. This is pretty clear. We've got an angel that looks like it's welcoming the sun. Could be the sunrise, could be the sunset. Either way, there's something about feeling grateful for being alive, for knowing that there are certain things you can always count on, like the sun. There's always the sun. Um, and and responsibility. She's holding a globe, or the angel is holding a globe. I mean, this could be uh, wanting to take more responsibility for the mark that you leave on the planet, wanting to be more intentional about, I don't know, like not generating so much trash, recycling or reusing more, or somehow wanting to, I don't know, join some kind of efforts um, to help the planet in some way because of just feelings. I don't know. Yeah, something about just it's like you are understanding your place in the world in a new way, that you want to be able to give back, like recognizing that you are the planet is your home. We would not exist without the trees that create oxygen and process carbon dioxide, and the water that we need to live, the air we need to breathe, the food, you know whatever we eat. It's like it still grew from somewhere, and there was a lot that went into growing that food. And it's yeah, something about just being more intimately connected to the understanding that um you want to support what supports you. Hmm, okay. We got people coming in. Who's here? Oh, we got the sun and Mojo Tarot. Hello. Thanks for being here, guys. I'm going with the wisdom of the oracle. What does Taurus most need to know right now? Universe, what do you want to say to Taurus? You might also have something that is taking you somewhere else in the world. I mean, that could even be like across town or somewhere else, but it's like um Something you're responsible for in somewhere else other than where you live. Okay. So, anyway, moving on. We've got milk and honey in reverse. 51. Breathe. 29. Yeah, I did begin with that, didn't I? We need air to breathe. That's the most crucial thing to keep us alive. So yeah, conservation efforts, something about trees, something about the air, clean air. And we've got TikTok 30. Um okay. So this milk and honey in reverse. Let's see. Yeah, I feel okay. I feel like you are going through this change where you potentially were very focused on kind of leaning into let's see if I can think if the words will come to me. um there's a sense of immediate gratification, just kind of some hedonism going on possibly, uh overindulging. I think that's the word that I was looking for. And so there's this feeling of recognizing that there's something more to life than just experiencing all the pleasures, than like trying to get all the things, do all the things, experience. Let's see, am I saying this right? I'm not saying this right. Yeah, it's like being more focused on the material world and the material uh experiences, the 3D experiences, which are great, don't get me wrong, but there is an overindulgence here. And you are in the process, or maybe already have started to come out of this, and are or have been recognizing that there is more. There, how do I say this? Yeah, I feel like my my inability to explain this, because it's a very simple message, but somehow it's like this is pointing to you having trouble pinpointing what you're feeling, because Taurus in particular, the Taurus and kind of energy is all about really appreciating the physical experience, the good food, the great experience, like, having the great experiences, the having the stuff and the money, and it's a very like three, really wanting, going for and appreciating all the things that 3D reality can bring you. And so you're going through this shift and starting to wake up to the idea that there might be more, that maybe you are choosing to meditate more, or developing a meditation practice. You're getting in touch with the deeper part of yourself, the 5D part of yourself, that more spiritual um, part of you, starting to understand that this idea that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And the human experience, yes, there's a lot to be appreciated, but you're like, I don't know. I'm getting the sense that you've come to the point where you're like, it's been great, but what else? Like, is this all there is? I don't know. You're kind of on this journey to start delving in is what's coming to mind. Delving into some kind of new practice, new understanding that is more spiritual in nature, that is allowing you to connect to the universe, to your higher power. And this is, it's, there's a period of time. It's like, I feel like with this TikTok card, hang on, let me look at what's happening in the picture real quick. This timepiece, I don't understand what's, there's a bunch of like debris around this, and there's this timepiece is attached to a hot air balloon, and these hands are here, and it's like time, it's like something, time is moving to, it's time is your concept of time is breaking free from, how do I say it, it's like there's a very, you had a very specific idea about how things should be, the time it should take, and somehow there's a like a pulling away from that, a breaking free from that. Your concept of time itself is changing as you um spend time, yeah, going within and letting yourself just, it's taking away this feeling of like I need to consume as much as I can as fast as I can, and you're kind of like you're cooling your jets a little bit. And in this process, it's like it's releasing this sense of time getting away from you and letting it just letting things unfold somehow. You're releasing the need for something, for things to happen in a certain amount of time. Ooh, there's a number 13 here. Oh, that okay, okay. 13 jumped out at me. 13, 14, 1, 5. Like there's numbers all around here, all around the clock. What do these numbers mean? I don't know. It's like everything is kind of getting shifted and jumbled. The traditional concept of time is completely changing. On a normal clock, we go from 1 to 12 and we start back over again, but we have 13, 14, 15 even. It's like, and then now we have some kitty confirmation. Kitty's going to town on the door. um, so it's like, oh, and I guess this is military time, right? Or European time. Anywhere else in the world time besides American time. um, yeah, but it's all jumbled. Your sense of time is being changed, is shifting. You're less concerned with things happening in a linear way. Okay. Um, so I want to know more about this. What are you what are you starting to come become more aware of in terms of this, like how does this understanding relate to you in your life, and what's it helping you to focus on more here? Can I see better? Yeah, I can see better with my glasses. Awesome. And it's funny because Kitty, she's scratching at the front door, which she does regularly, but not normally during readings. Like when I started this reading, she was curled up quietly on the couch. Yeah, Kitty. It's like there's something about suddenly you're getting this sense of like wanting to break free, wanting to get out, wanting to go experience the world in a new way. Yeah. You're tapping into this sense of gratitude. that you weren't able to before because you're understanding your place in the world in a new way. We have a call to transformation, metamorphosis, the in between, number 17. Yeah, you're transforming how you see what's important to you, even. The in between is that period of time of being in the cocoon. You're neither here nor there. And this is where this breathe and TikTok is happening. Like this timepiece has broken free with that balloon, but it's not, it hasn't quite gotten going yet. Um, gotten going, got going. Anyway, um, yeah, this is a feeling that's coming to you because it's a call to transformation. It's that innate sense, like the caterpillar that knows it's time to go and create the cocoon. And it doesn't know what's going to happen on the other side. It just knows that it's time. It's time. And the in between part is, however long it takes for that cocoon, for that caterpillar to transform in the cocoon is the amount of time it needs. It's, there's divine timing here. You can't force the process. The masks we wear, self-expression, protection, and authentic self, 33. You are tapping into, I don't know, you're starting to become aware of how you used to express yourself. The mask you used to wear that doesn't fit anymore, or that you're kind of coming to this understanding of like, wait, why am I wearing a mask? Why are these things important to me? Something about what's really important to you is changing at a very fundamental level. And you are, in a sense, you are kind of going through a rebirth. Yeah, with this metamorphosis. And your authentic self is going to be emerging. And you sense that, yeah, you sense this in a very, very base level. Listening to the ancestors, inherited patterns, traditions, integrated wisdom versus knowledge. Number 13. 13 showed up. That jumped out to me in this TikTok card. Okay. 13 is a very powerful number, by the way. It's not a bad number. 13 breaks down to 4. I consider it personally to be a very lucky number for me. But 4 is a number of structure, stability, foundation. So inherited patterns. You are in the process of kind of you're seeing in a new way how you were showing up before was in some way inherited um from the people around you, family, friends, teachers, but inherited, especially it's like coming from the lineage and the tradition. Yeah, the traditions, it's like it makes me think of maybe you were told as a child, like, you have to um you have to, let's see, how do I say this? Again, I'm having trouble like fully grasping the concept, and I think this is where you're at, is you're like, things come to you in little glimmers and you're like, yeah, and then I don't know, and then you're taking time to integrate or to go within and figure out like what does this little thing mean? But it's like your traditions are changing. What was important to you is changing. Things that used to be so important aren't so much anymore. And so so what I was trying to say is like um you know maybe you were raised to believe that you have to take whatever you can get because there's some kind of like lack mentality, scarcity mentality, and it's like you need to experience everything you possibly can, or it could even be where you've experienced difficulties and there's something in you where you're like, I don't know how long I have to live, so I need to just like consume as much as possible, but there's like a kind of a gluttonous thing going on there. And so this integrated wisdom versus knowledge, this is what's happening. You're getting these like kind of epiphanies or little aha moments, and then they're being integrated, and you're kind of that's a part of this metamorphosis. I'm seeing things like getting stacked up, like it's a something is falling into place, and you're like, oh, okay. Like some kind of foundation is being created, foundation of understanding, and that is building up this wisdom, this new wisdom. Okay, and then also, um, 51 and 33 break down to a 6. So, uh, yeah, this is, yeah, again, you are, bear with me, please, as I, as I fumble through this. Uh, your, this kind of gluttonous, hedonistic self is changing, and you're recognizing that it was coming from a place of protection or ultimately a place of fear is what it comes down to, because now you're getting in touch with your authentic self, or you're wanting to uncover who that actually is. You're somebody else, you feel this intuitively, but you don't even know. Like if you're used to wearing a mask, if you're used to having certain protections in place all your life, you start to come to this new understanding, this idea, and you're like, I don't even know what that looks like. I don't even know what it means to be authentic. I've always just been this way, but it doesn't fit anymore. It doesn't feel right. But what does it mean to be authentic? And that's where you're kind of in this in between kind of things are getting cooked. I keep getting it's getting cooked. So is speaking to me. I want to know more about let's see. What can you expect as you go through this metamorphosis process? Liberation number 13 again, free yourself. Liberation from something that what had a really tight hold on you. Yeah, you are freeing yourself from an attitude, certain traditions, certain ideas. Like you are freeing yourself, and that's what happens with the, the caterpillar changing into the butterfly. You're not stuck on the ground anymore. You develop wings so that you can fly, so you can move into a whole new realm of possibility. Avenoir, make peace with your past. Aha. Number 1. Yeah, you're going to be coming to terms with how you used to show up. You're going to go through a period of time. You may already be doing this where you may be starting to feel like a little bit of shame, guilt, like, oh, how I've been showing up or how I used to show up wasn't the best. Oh, when we start to see ourselves from a new perspective and we start to understand things in a new way, it can be a little bit cringy. Yeah. I can relate to that. Um, but it's remembering that you were always doing the best you could with what you had and what you knew. This has been coming up a lot in lately in readings, and and you needed to go through this. You like it's okay, so there's something too about like you just needed to be able to experience everything you felt the world had to offer, and just like you needed to take it in this kind of gluttonous way. There's like a hunger there, and you just kept you kept wanting to fulfill that hunger, and because you are wired for a more 3D reality experience that made the most sense to you. That's where you begin. And then you get to a point. There's some kind of like fable, or I'm not going to remember it now, but basically there's a man who he goes to some spiritual teacher and is like, okay, I want to like study with you, and the teacher is like, you're not ready, you need to go live your life first. And so he goes and does all the things, and then he finally gets to that point where he's like, oh, okay, I've lived my life, I've done all the things, and I'm still kind of feeling unfulfilled, and goes back to the teacher. And the teacher's like, okay, now you're ready. Because you've experienced all the things, you've gotten all the things, and you still understand that it's not what you were searching for. The movie I Am by Tom Shadyac. He's a famous director for movies like Ace Ventura, Liar Liar. He made this just like really so much about what his own experience with this idea. Like he had all the things, he had the mansions and the cars and all the stuff, and he came back to this point of like, I still don't feel happy, and it completely transformed his life because of that. So yeah, this is making peace with that, with the fact that you needed to go through that, you needed to have all those experiences. And solitude, 31, also breaks down to a 4, alone but not lonely. Okay? So this is speaking to you coming to that understand. There's something here where you were constantly trying to surround yourself with people, always trying to yeah, that you weren't comfortable with being alone, because to you that did equate to being lonely. And so you're coming to this new understanding. This is a part of this liberation. Is and I've said this recently, but it's like loneliness is a mindset. You can be with other people and still feel lonely. And I feel like that's what you're coming to. And you're like starting to take time to be with yourself, be on your own, be alone. But now that you're connecting to the universe, to spirit, to, yeah, whatever you consider your higher power, you're starting to enrich your existence, your inner world, your I mean, the word enliven is even coming to mind. You're starting to recognize that you are the most interesting person in your life. um and that you don't need, like, having people and things, experiences, um it in itself isn't enough for that fulfillment that you have been craving so deeply. Yeah. Okay. So what can you focus on more to help you lean into this? Like what's gonna help you, if you are still in this place of like trying to suss out what's even happening to you, what's gonna help you? Okay, I'm looking at the radical abundance deck. Linda made it. Better late than never. Creativity. Hmm. Interesting. There's a camel here, and this guy is like, he is a part of the camel. And there's something growing out of the hump of the camel. A lot of growth here, a lot of birds and messages coming in. So being creative, doing something that is unusual, outside of the box. Uh, Somehow, creativity is something that is able to sustain you through a period of time that seems, um, like you can't get the sustenance you need from outside of yourself. Because even if you do, it's not filling you up. And this is, because I'm thinking of a camel, and they can go long periods of time without water because of the water that they store in their hump. And so there's something about that. It's like growth coming out of this part of yourself that is able to sustain you through t- some this period of time where you're not getting, it's like, from you retreating and going into this cocoon, you know the idea that the caterpillar gorges itself to the point where then it goes into the cocoon, and it's like that part of its process is done. It is filled up enough, it can't take any more. And then from that, then the growth happens. So somehow doing something creative, having some kind of creative outlet is really going to help you. And it's either doing what you already know you love to do, but trying something new, or it's trying it in a new way, or it's just doing something completely new, like whatever creativity means to you, but having that creative outlet. And then relaxation, yeah, you definitely want to take time to smell the coffee, wake up and smell the coffee, to breathe, to meditate, to relax. With all of this, there's some kind of frantic energy coming from it, it's frantically consuming. And this is taking the time to just sip, on that, on the experiences, not like gluttonously, like just taking it in as fast as you can. And this speaks to this, when I in the beginning I was talking about the gratitude. It's like gratitude for those little things, for the little things in life. Just that, oh, that smell of the coffee when it's first brewing, you're about to take that first sip, and you love that coffee so much, and you're just like, ah, like really appreciating those little things. Um, in other countries, oftentimes like Italy, Turkey, when you order coffee, you get a tiny little cup. It's because the coffee is more like, it's richer and thicker, it's more intense. So, you're meant to just really savor each each sip and really appreciate that little bit. You don't need a lot of it. So yeah, focus on relaxing, enjoying, getting out into the sun. I just got sun gazing, which is something. Look into it. I'm not an expert. I don't know anything, but I've read that looking at the sun, like in the early morning when it's first rising. Oh yeah, with this gratitude here, um, can be helpful. Again, do your research. I am not a expert in any way. um, respect. Okay, interesting. This bird has what looks like tears coming out from the side of its eye, and it's holding an egg on its fingertip. And then there's a disembodied eyeball above it. This, I believe, this is having respect for your process. That what you are going through does take time, is taking time. There's no rush to get anywhere other than where you are. This is knowing that, holding this egg, it's like you can't you can't force the egg to grow and hatch before it's ready. Otherwise, you just get breakfast, scrambled eggs, or whatever. Like, um, which is great, but that's a part of the gluttony thing. That's it. Then it's food. Then it's gone. Whereas you let something hatch, and then it turns into a thing that can create food for you. The idea: teach a man to fish. You feed him once. No, sorry. Feed a man fish. You give a man fish. You feed him once. Teach a man to fish. Then he's fed however many times. I know I'm not saying it right, but you get the idea. um, so respect for the process, and that you're gonna get where you need to go, and just enjoy the process. This is you getting to know yourself again in a new way, appreciating all the little things. There's still slowing down and like really being deliberate. Interesting. Liberate, deliberate. There's liberation in being deliberate. Huh. Okay. So I'm gonna finish with a Beyond Lemuria card here. I feel like there's so much. I could just keep going, but the message is very, very clear here. Yeah. Let's just pick a card. Ooh, I just got this one recently. Um, we have what looks like it looks to me like a mothership. Like a, you know, um a not like traditional flying saucer, but like a big the kind that you see in some alien movies now. But ultimately this it's kind of a diamond, and it's focusing up. The point of it, the long point of it is focusing up toward what could be the sun, because we see all these Is the sun, could be the sun, it could, and yeah, because we have the sun rising or setting, we've got the relaxation here. Then there's a lot of like electricity being generated. There's a process of like of yeah, building up your power, building up your power stores and that's a part of the transformation process, because it's all of that energy that you've like taken in, and now it's being used to rework you, to um and to fill you. Third eye chakra, pineal or pineal perspective. Connect with your third eye and transcend what you understand with your mind. Discover a deeper inner knowing through the interconnected web of all this is and has been. Wow. I feel like that's exactly what's happening here. The deeper inner knowing through the interconnected web of all this is and has been. You can tune into this wisdom at will as and when you wish to. And we had that here with integrated wisdom versus knowledge. This wisdom is ancient, yet pioneering. Ooh, pioneering with this creativity, right? It is the creator of the free will we choose to weave from moment to moment. This wisdom is the creator of the free will we choose to weave from moment to moment. Be the observant witness. Allow the transcendence of duality without judgment. Oh, man. Yeah. Um, be mindful, listen, and allow your unfurling intuition to unravel the paradoxes of reality. Yeah, which is really speaking to you, understanding things in a whole new way. What seemed like paradoxes before, you're making new connections within your mind, within your intuition itself. you are you are gaining this wisdom that is a part of what is taking you to the next level, this incredible transformation. Be mindful, listen, and allow the unfurling intuition. It is in the process. Takes time. It's all right. There's there's I just got no time like the present, but also there's no rush. Just relax and enjoy the ride. It's about the journey more than the destination anyway. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And thanks so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing, and leave a comment if it resonates.